Thanks for joining us here at Functional Bliss, where Audra and Jessica will guide you through exercises and wellness techniques to help you live your best life every day. It's in the name, after all, Functional Bliss. Before you do anything else, click like and subscribe and ring the bell so you'll know whenever we put up a new video. To join our Blissful Gang for live Zoom classes where you can get more direct suggestions and encouragement, go to our website and sign up. Check the class description below for any equipment needs, grab your gear, and let's get started.
Okay, so we are going to start in a seated position. This is going to be a fully seated practice, so we're never going to get up and out of our chair. So if at some point you feel like you need to get up and stretch, you do you. But start by just getting nice and super comfy, cozy. Scoot your butt way back in your chair. Let your back settle in, and then just take a couple of settling breaths. As you start to settle in and quiet down, before we even get like super deeply settled or like relax the body too much, we're going to just sort of rock our shoulders a little bit side to side. So you're going to imagine you're kind of pulling one shoulder forward and then let the other shoulder drop back, and just tune in and feel the chair against the back of your body. And then just subtle variations may apply just depending on how your chair is built, how much you move, but we just want that little transfer of weight in the upper body. Rock over to one shoulder, rock over to the other. And then once you know what you're doing, once you've got that down, see if you can close your eyes down and still stick with that motion, just that little bit of rocking side to side. Take one more little rock side to side and then come back to center. Let your back just relax back against the chair. Take a nice settling breath again. And then we're going to find that similar motion with our feet, but we're going to rock from blade edge of the feet to blade edge of the feet. So we're going to roll across the bottoms of the feet, and it doesn't need to be extreme. But as you do this work, as you start the work, maybe just adjust your legs so your legs, your knees, and your hips feel like they're comfortable while you do this work. But then once you've got your legs and your hips in that comfortable position, just rock across the bottoms of your feet from the blade edge over to the other side. And then your hands can just rest wherever feels the most comfortable. Take one more little rock across the bottoms of your feet, and then let that come to stillness. Let your feet get soft and heavy. Let your legs get soft and heavy. Let your hips get soft and heavy. And then we're going to bring a little bit of focus or awareness to the abdomen or to your belly. So start by just noticing, and you can even place hands on if that helps you just kind of tune in, paying attention to the soft tissue of the abdomen. And then once you kind of get a sense, or you've got your interoception aware of that belly area, take a breath and just feel the gentle movement of breath in your belly, but we're not trying to force breath into the belly. So we're still going to breathe into our rib cage, but notice the movement of breath in your abdomen. Take one more breath here, just noticing the movement of breath in your abdomen. And then before we move away from this gentle place of stillness, take a moment here to set an intention to honor your mind and your body throughout your practice, never doing anything that would cause your body pain, and treating yourself with love, care, and respect. With that intention set, now we're going to rock across towards the right shoulder. So you're going to rock a little bit, bringing a little bit of your body weight into your right shoulder, and then you're going to rock into your left blade edge of your foot. So your legs are going to kind of roll slightly over to the left. You're going to rock back into that right shoulder. And then if you like, you can even push into your thighs just to get a little compression into the back of the shoulder, into the back of the body. And then see if you can turn your head. Look over your shoulder, maybe trying to imagine you're trying to look behind your chair. Just turn your head as far as you can. Take a nice gentle breath. And then release your head position, release your feet position, release your shoulder position. And then we're going to switch to the other side. So we're going to lean back into the other shoulder, find that first, and then roll across your feet. So you're onto the blade edge of your feet and then, or the one foot. And then once you've got your feet set and your shoulder set, now look over your shoulder like you're trying to look to the back of your chair. Take a nice gentle breath here. And then when you're ready, release your head, release your shoulder, bring everything back to center. And then we're going to do little micro windshield wipers. So rather than trying to get onto the blade edge of your foot, just rock your knees a little bit side to side. And then here, hopefully you'll feel just a light little massaging of the backs of your legs and your butt on your chair, and a little bit of light massaging of the thigh bone in the hip socket. So let that movement happen. Take one or two more little swishes of the knees side to side. And then we're going to start to find a nice tall position with the spine. So lift your spine up away from your chair, and then right away, lift your shoulders up to your ears, and then let your shoulders melt down. Lift your shoulders up to your ears. Let your shoulders melt down. And do that one more time. Lift your shoulders up to your ears. Let your shoulders melt down. And then we're going to take left hand, reach across, touch the back side of your shoulder, and then we release right away. And we're going to switch to the other side. Reach your right hand over and across, touch the back side of the shoulder, release, and we're switching right back to the other side. Reach over and across and release. Reach over and across and release. One more time through at that more dynamic pace. Nice. And now take that left hand, reach over and across, let the elbow drop down, tuck your chin down into your chest, take a breath. Keep the hand where it is, keep the elbow where it is, but now add a little micro nod of the head up and down. One more little micro nod up and down, and then head's going to find a neutral position. Release that arm, and we're switch over to the other side. So hand's going to reach across the top of the shoulder. Let the elbow drop down, tuck chin to chest, take a breath. Awesome. And then add that little micro nod of the head up and down. One more little micro nod of the head up and down. And then we're going to lift the head up to a neutral position, release that arm, and then scoot your butt forward in your chair. And we just want a little bit of room behind the back of the body. So once you've walked your butt forward and your feet are nice and flat on the ground, come back to those shoulder lifts. Lift your shoulders up to your ears. Let your shoulders soften down. Lift your shoulders up to your ears. Let your shoulders soften down. One more time through. Lift your shoulders up to your ears. Let your shoulders soften down. And then I'm going to say it before I crisscross my arms, just so I don't lose my microphone, but we're going to crisscross our arms, and then we're going to draw circles with our ribs. So you're going to give yourself a little hug, crisscross your arms, catch hold of the shoulders, and then start to draw circles. But rather than drawing circles with the elbows to start, we're going to draw circles with the ribs. So the arms and the elbows are going to stay pretty stable. Circle your ribs in one direction. Circle your ribs the other way. Nice. And now we're going to keep the ribs stable. And now you're going to draw circles with the elbows. So you're going to keep your elbows stacked. Might change the range of motion, but just find what works best for you. Just drawing those circles, but trying to keep the ribs as stable as you can. And then when you're ready, reverse directions, go the other way and keep your ribs as stable as you can. Nice. And then take a moment to notice which arm is on top. We're going to open up, grab the back of the chair, nice gentle back bend. So grab the back of the chair, lift your chest, lift your chin. And then as you release that gentle back bend, the other arm is going to come on top. So we're going to give ourselves that little crisscross, holding onto that hug, but now we're going to move the ribs again. So ribs are going to circle. And you don't have to make your ribs look any particular way. Reverse directions go the other way, but you want to move in a way that's safe and comfortable in your body. So it doesn't have to look extreme to find good work happening in the spine. Lovely. One more circle around with the ribs and then take it into circles with the elbows. So the ribs are going to stay stable and you're going to circle your elbows. Nice. And then take those elbows and circle them the other way. Beautiful. One more circle around. And then when you're ready, we're going to release so that the fingertips find the shoulders and then take some nice, big, generous circles with the elbows circling in one direction. Beautiful. And then circle the other way. And then as we release, we're going to move right towards a cat and cow. So hands are going to release to find the knees or the thighs. And then inhale, lift your heart, lift your chin. Exhale and round your back. Inhale to lift. Exhale to round. Take about 3 more cycles of breath. Just move with your breath's rhythm. And then once you've completed that last cycle of breath, as you come up to a nice tall neutral spine, we're going to move into some light dynamic twists. So you're going to reach like you're just reaching across your knee, reaching to find the back of the chair. And then right away, you release that twist and take it over to the other side. And for this particular movement, see if you can let your head move with the twist. So your gaze is going to follow your movement. The next time your right hand reaches across and finds the left knee and the left hand goes behind, think about just staying there for a moment, get a little bit taller in your spine. Beautiful. And then release and take it over to the other side and stay there for a cycle of breath. And then when you're ready, release, come back to center. Now we're going to hold onto our rib cage or whatever handhold that you can find just on the side of the body. And then we're going to do this little tick tock with the rib cage. So you're going to think about just dropping a little bit side to side, but use your rib cage to find that movement. Awesome. Now, the next time you tick tock over to the left, your left hand is going to touch down to the chair. Right hand's going to reach and stretch up alongside your ear. Take a nice big breath in. Slow breath out. And then we're going to switch over to the other side. So float that hand down, reach the other hand up. Beautiful. Lift up and release. And then we're going to grab the back of one leg, pick that leg up. Use your arms to do the heavy lifting and just draw that leg in a couple of circles, go in one direction. Draw that leg in a couple of circles, go the other way. Awesome. And then set that leg down. We're going to move right onto the other leg. Pick your leg up, draw the leg in circles, go in one direction. Nice. Draw that leg in circles, go the other way. Awesome. And then set that foot down. And now we're going to do a little toe heel out and toe heel in. So you're going to toe heel your feet out. Doesn't have to be fast. We just want a little bit of movement in the feet, and then toe heel your way back in, about hip width distance apart, maybe slightly closer, just depending on how much room you have to move. Toe heel out. And then toe heel in, and then just go through one more time, just finding that nice gentle movement. It doesn't need to be perfect and it doesn't need to be extreme, but we just want a little bit of movement in the feet, the ankles, the legs. And then once you come back into about hip width distance apart, just make sure your butt is nice and settled on your chair. And then we're going to do a little hip hinge fold. So we're going to hip hinge, lean the heart forward, keep your spine nice and long, and then gently lift your way back up. And then we'll do that again. Hip hinge, lean your heart forward, and then slowly, mindfully come back up. Do that one more time. Hip hinge, lean your heart forward. Slowly bring yourself back up. And now we're going to go opposite hand, opposite foot. So we're going to stretch one hand up and one leg up, and then lower, and we're going to switch to the other side. Reaching one hand up, one foot up, and release. Go to the other side. lifting up and lowering down, switching sides, lowering down, nice. And now the next time we come to this other side, so we lift the leg, we lift the arm, and now we're gonna rotate the toes out and rotate the palm, and then bring it back in, lower it down, switch to the other side, lift up, rotate your foot, rotate your palm, bring it back in, lower it down, beautiful. Back to that starting side, lifting up, rotate the foot out, rotate your palm, bring it back in, lower with control, beautiful. Lifting up, rotate, unwind, lower it down, nice. One more time through, lift up, rotate, release, lower down, lift up, rotate, release, lower it down, beautiful. And now we're going to take it into a nice soft fold. So you're going to fold just as much as feels good, but legs slightly close just to get a little bit of support to the belly. So fold yourself forward first, create any space that you need for yourself. And then once you've got the space that makes sense to you, hands can soften down to the ground, or if you need just a little bit of extra support, use your block so that your hands can find your block. So go to the place that feels the most comfortable, pause there for a moment, and just notice your low back. Take one more breath. And then slowly and mindfully bring yourself back up and out of that fold. And now we're going to toe heel the feet out just to create a little bit of space. So maybe slightly wider than shoulder width distance, and then grab your yoga block. And we're going to put our yoga block on the tallest setting sideways. So we want just a little bit of space. So ideally, give it time, 2 feet could fit on the top of the block. But we're going to start by just picking one foot up, touch the blade edge of your foot to the block, release that foot down, switch to the other foot, pick your foot up, blade edge is going to touch the block and bring it back down. Just take a couple times through. So we get a little external rotation, but sense of control. So we're not landing the blade edge of the foot on, we're just touching the blade edge to the block. And then once you've got that going on, now see, can you close your eyes down? You know where your block is, you know where your foot is. Can you still keep that controlled work, lifting your foot up to that proper height, touching gently the blade edge of the foot to the block? Awesome. Take one more time through. And then just to add a little bit more dynamic movement to bring a little heat to the hips. Now we're going to keep the feet flat. You're going to hop one foot all the way over and across the block, step it back, and then switch to the other side. Your foot's going to hop all the way over and across, step it back in, and then just take a few times, find a pace that makes sense to you, but we still want to stay in control. We want to get as much height as we can. And if that yoga block is too high, flip it to a setting that makes the most sense to you. Lovely. Take one more time across each side or even yourself out. And then once you've completed that last round, we're going to go left leg on the block, blade edge on, and now you're going to let the blade edge rest. You're going to let the inner thigh relax, and then one hand on, maybe even hold on to the back of the chair, whatever gives you the most support that makes sense. But you're just going to lean your heart forward just enough. We don't want to drop too much pressure on that leg or on the ankle. So keep your ankle sturdied, keep your foot slightly sturdied, lean your heart forward just enough. Take a breath. And then lift up and out, and then help that leg come off, and we're going to switch to the other foot. So we're going to step the blade edge of the foot on, keep your foot solid, keep your ankle solid. You can hold on to the chair, hold on wherever feels supportive, lean your heart forward. Awesome. Lift yourself back up. And now we're going to go both feet on. So if that height felt like it was a little much, you always have the option to adjust to medium or low setting. But now see, use your chair for support if you need. Step both blade edges of the feet onto your block, and then keep your feet slightly solid, keep your ankles slightly solid. But now see if you can hold on to the back of your chair and lean forward just a little bit. And then once you found that little hip hinge, make sure you feel like it's a secure position. Take 3 nice deep breaths. Lift from the top of your head, let your heart follow. We're going to keep the left leg on. We're going to step the right foot off. And then once you've got that position, we're going to release the opposite hand. So we're going to reach across, finding the outside edge of your shin bone. So once you've found the outside edge of your shin bone, you're going to pull back. So you're going to pull the shoulder back, sturdy your leg, hold onto your chair, do all the things that make the most sense to you, but keep that leg nice and sturdy, pull that shoulder back, and then turn your head away from your shoulder. And then when you're ready, release, soften everything up. And then we're going to switch to the other side. So help that leg come off, place your other foot on, sturdy your ankle, sturdy your foot. And then once you've got your way there, you're going to hold onto your chair. You're going to grab across the shin, pull the shoulder back. Once you've got the shoulder pulled back, you're going to turn your head. Take a nice deep breath. Beautiful. Release your head, release that little tug of the shoulder, help that leg come off, and then move your block up and out of the way, and then find your seated mountain pose. So feet about hip width distance apart, but nice and firm in the chair, arms down at your sides. Inhale, arms up and look up. Exhale, lift your heart and fold forward. Inhale to a half forward fold. Exhale to soften down, right hand over to the left shin, left hand's going to reach for a twist. Release that hand down. We're going to slide up the shin. Bring your knee up to your chest. Bring your nose to your knee. Stay holding onto that knee, but lift your nose up away from the knee and then swing the leg out to the side. Circle your foot in one direction. Circle your foot the other way. Beautiful. And then as you bring it back in, you're going to re-grab the heel, externally rotate the leg, take it into your figure four. And then once you've got your figure four set, lean forward just as far as feels good. And then once you're there, we're going to take 5 nice deep breaths. When you're ready, come up nice and slow and controlled. And we're going to keep a hand about on the ankle. You'll position it so it makes sense to you, about on the knee. So it's finding this nice even distribution. And then you're going to put like a slight downward pressure with your hands, but you're going to try to push your leg up into your hands. So you're going to try to imagine you're pushing your ankle and your knee up into your hands, and your hands are going to create a little resistance. Take a nice big breath. And then release that resistance. Fold yourself forward one more time. Just take one single breath. And then lift yourself back up and out. Help that leg come off. Take a second to just set it down. Give everything a little wiggle. Awesome. And then find your mountain pose again. Feet nice and firm on the ground, butt nice and firm in your chair. Inhale, arms up and look up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale to soften down. Left hand over to the right shin. Right hand reaches to the sky. Release that hand down. We're going to slide up the shin. Bring your knee to your chest. Bring your nose to your knee. Keep holding on to that knee, but release your nose from your knee and then swing that foot out to the side. Circle your foot in one direction. Circle your foot the other way. Awesome. And then bring that leg back in, grab the heel, externally rotate, take it into your figure four. Once you've got your figure four set, fold yourself forward just to the depth that feels good. But then once you're there, we're taking 5 nice deep breaths. When you're ready, come up nice and slow out of that fold, and then hand on the ankle, hand on the knee, and we're going to push the foot and the knee up into the hand. So we're going to create a little resistance with the hand. Try to find that upward pushing sensation. Doesn't need to be extreme. And your leg might not even lift up off the ground, but we just want to get that idea of that upward pushing. So push into your hands best you can. Take one more moment to find that, and then release that, hinge forward. Take one breath in your fold. Nice. And then come up nice and slow. Help that leg come off. Set it down. Give your legs a little swish. And then once you've got your legs swished out, we're just going to scooch the butt back just a little bit, and we're going to come back to a seated twist. So you're going to rotate into your twist just as far as feels good, and then take 3 nice deep breaths. Beautiful. And then as you unwind your twist, the way that you were just twisted, that hand, reach down and grab the side of your chair. And then we're going to tug out. So we're going to get a firm handhold, tug out so you feel a little downward pull of this shoulder, and then drop your ear away from your shoulder and take 3 nice big breaths. With control, lift up and out of that side bend, and then we're going to rotate to the other side. So nice big twist, or just as far as feels good. Take 3 nice big breaths here. When you're ready, unwind your twist. The way that you were twisted, that hand's going to find the chair. Lean out away from that hand so that there's a little space in your shoulder, and then drop your ear away. Lift your head up, come out of that side bend. Just make sure you feel like you're comfortably seated. And we're going to do our little chin lift or chin ups. So we're going to wrap our lips around our teeth. So we get that little that look. So we curl our lips around our teeth. We're going to lift our chin slightly. Keep your lips curled around your teeth, and then you're just going to pop, pop, pop your mouth. So curl your lips around your teeth and pop your lips. Take one more little set of pops of those lips, and then release your chin for a moment, relax your lips. And now we're going to turn our head to one side, wrap your lips around your teeth, lift your chin up, and then pop your lips again. One more set through. And then when you're ready, release your chin, release your lips, rotate your head back to center. Take a second to just kind of wiggle some things around. It's going to create a little bit of tension in the neck and the throat. But then once you've kind of wiggled that out, turn your head to the other side, curl your lips around your teeth, lift your chin up, and pop your lips. One more little set of those lip pops. And then release your chin, release your lips, return your head to center. And then we're just going to draw little figure eights with the nose. So just kind of soothe out the head, soothe out the neck, move in a gentle way. One more little figure eight. And then when you're ready, start to walk your butt back in your seat. And then right before you start to get like into that place where you're really settling in, ask yourself, would it feel nice to place your feet on your block? Low setting, medium setting, tall setting, totally up to you. But would it feel nice just to have that little extra sense of height? And would that help you get into a nice relaxed position? And if so, get yourself set up, and then start to find the back of the chair again. And then as you find the back of the chair, if you have the block under your feet, a little subtle variation, but now see if you can just rock your shoulders a little bit side to side, come back to that light massaging action. And then maybe as you start to rock a little side to side here, close your eyes down. Take 1 or 2 more little rocks across the back of the chair. And then when you feel ready, start to find your way into a stillness that makes sense to you. Let your feet get heavy. Let your legs get soft. Let your belly or the soft tissue of your abdomen get soft. And then we're going to focus on breathing into the rib cage, but see if you can just notice the gentle movement in your abdomen. You always have the option to stay in your Shavasana just as long as you like. But if you feel ready to do so, or if your day requires it, start by just wiggling your fingers and wiggle your toes. Just bring a little gentle bit of movement into the outer edges of your body. And then while you wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes, see how it feels to just turn your head side to side like you're looking over your shoulders, but see if you can keep your eyes closed down as you do that gentle little bit of movement. Take one more little turn of the head side to side. And then as your head comes back to center, we're going to bring a little extra movement into the wrist. So you're going to move your wrists in circles, circle in one direction. Move your wrists in circles, go the other way. And then if your feet were on your yoga block, now it might feel good to step your feet off of your yoga block or possibly move it off to the side. But we're going to keep the toes and the balls of the feet on the ground, and you're just going to draw some circles with your ankles. So you're going to circle in one direction. And then circle the other way. One more circle around, and we're going to take it into a nice big yawning stretch. You're going to step your feet out nice and long, stretch your arms out and up and overhead, and then just readjust your butt and your back so everything feels really good in your chair. And then take that big reaching stretch. Take a nice big inhale, stretch through the length of your body. And then as you exhale, soften and release and find a nice tall seated position, back lifted away of your chair, butt nice and firm in your seat, feet nice and firm on the ground. And then once you've got your way there, one hand to the belly, one hand to the heart, come back to your breath for a moment. Just notice your inhalation. Notice your exhalation. Breathing in love and gratitude for yourself, for your mind, for your body, and the time that you take to take care of yourself. And then breathe in a little extra love and gratitude that you can carry with you through the rest of your day and share with anyone who might need it. When you feel ready, gently lift up through the top of your head, gently open your eyes. I bow to you. Now go out in the world and do some good.